as far as I'm concerned, it is official. Okay, women still do the housework, and I'm gonna go so far as to say, and I know my sisters out there are gonna agree with me on this one. It's usually women that do all of the housework, if not 99.9%. Okay, let me just say it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Okay, like I said earlier, if it's someone that actually likes doing the housework and they're very happy with it and they don't want no one messing with their domain, that's all well and good. I'm not knocking your flow. You go for it. Okay, but see, okay, now you know I like technology, Keros. I have to just put this in there. You know, these days, you know, they're building some amazing robots and, you know, things, appliances that can help around the house, right? So I'm wondering if in the not too distant future, we might, if we want to, finally be able to leave, you know, housework, chores for technology. And then that's it. There won't be no more of this fighting.
Well, yeah, that's possible. I think that's very possible. And there are some things, right? Well, they've created the dishwasher many years ago. But they have the little robot that can sweep your floor that just keeps going all day and all night and that kind of thing. So they've already created a lot of this technology.
Yes. You know, so it's like, okay, well, we're seeing it, but what we want, Keros, let me just say this, especially if you are a woman or a person who is fed up to the back teeth of having to do housework, you're just like, oh God, I wish I had a humanoid style robot that I could just say, right, do the dishes, you know, sweep the floor. I ain't keen on mopping, I must tell you. Oh God, you know, whatever it is, change the beds. If you had somebody, you know, humanoid size who you could program to do that, you would find you had a hell of a lot more time to do whatever else you want to do. Okay, link free, Keros. I'm just going to put this one out there. Okay, men who fail to do housework often don't see the need. Okay, now you can hear a penny drop.
but no, that's because I was loading your show, so I'm not even letting you. I was loading the show. I was loading the video, but because I don't have any problem with that. I am an anal person. Okay. I'm real. I mean, I have a plan for doing the recycling. Okay, that's how anal I am. Okay. But that goes back to home training to me. If I don't teach my sons how to be clean and keep their areas clean, it's going to transfer to them when they're at university. And if they have roommates and then their roommates are either cleaner than they are or worse than they are, they're going to be in a bad situation either way.
No. See, I couldn't cope with that. I'd have to have a word. I'd have to call a convene, you know, a meeting, because I couldn't take that. If they're messy and I'm tidy, no, or vice versa. If you know, how would you feel to be with somebody who is driving you mad with that? Then I told you already about certain people and their habits. You know, I can't. Look, people, I just can't. After a while, it's gonna get on your nerves, and you're gonna be like, I can't take this no more. We have to have a chat, and they need to be listening, because if I have to come back to you again with it, it's gonna be a big problem. So just stop it. Start tidying up. Because if I find anything of yours lying around in the future from now on, okay, here on in, going on, I'm going to chuck it in the bin.
Well, okay, that goes to, that's a whole different show again. But when you get to relationships and you get to who does what in the relationship and how much of this negative thing can I take, you know, that's a whole different show. But as part of this show, if one of you in the relationship is neater than the other one, neater as far as cleanliness, which is, you know, what we're talking about basically here, the relationship side of it also is important, because you may, as you just said, you may chunk them out with the bin if they don't, if they're not better.
I said I would dash their things, but okay, you got a point, because I might end up having to dash them out with the rubbish as well. If they start getting on my nerves to that point, I'll be like, listen, right, you've had countless chances, you don't be listening to me, and I've had enough, so you've got to go on your way. Sorry, as we say over here, jog on.
So what's the breaking point? And you may have this already built in. What's your breaking point? And we'll talk about it. What are some of your deal breakers? I have a deal breaker that I have with a lot of things. As far as cleaning, I don't know if I have.
Not cleaning that bath. I've already years ago. I did go off on one on someone about that. It really drove me nuts. I just was like, listen, don't ever do that again. I said, if I'd have done that to you, you would have went mad. How can you leave that you've had a bath and you've left it and you haven't emptied it out and you haven't cleaned it? Hello, leave it as you would like to find it. But please, Carol, don't let me. I'll start going off on one.
Okay, that's one of your deal breakers. That's one of my deal breakers. If they have when they take a bath or when they're getting cleaned up in a tub, they need to leave it clean as it was when they got there. Well, what if they took the bath last time and then they took another bath and they didn't, so they left it the way they left it before? It was dirty.
No. They ain't gonna be trying to get smart with me like that, because that's grounds for cruising for a bruising. Okay, I ain't able. They need to clean it. Okay, how would they like a guest to come in and see a dirty bath? That's just people. Come on, you know what to do at Ask Avani Show. Tell me what you think about this, because I'm sure there's people out there going, "Yeah, I had a boyfriend or I had a girlfriend who did that, and that really wound me up, and I had to have words." So, okay, let me just say this, Carol. I'm going to say this, okay, and breathe. Okay, if a person and another person wish to get into a relationship and move in together, these types of issues need to be discussed before anybody puts suitcases within front door. Okay? Because if you have some certain habits that I am not aware of, well, okay, if I find out any like that, listen, it's going to be, you got to go about your business, because you ain't going to be hiding that from me. Because some people, they're on their best behavior almost to woo you, lure you into a false sense of security, so that you think they're a catch and you want to be with them in their mind. Okay, I know some narcissists who are just completely away with the fairies. But anyway, we are going to have this conversation, and we're going to I'll probably be sitting there with a notepad and pen to write down stuff.
You are now listening to the world of Avani. This is Avani's world.
People, just take note. If you're planning on moving in with anybody, I don't care who it is, right? You better just know that you can cope with their little idiosyncrasies, okay? Their little habits, okay? Because if they're one of them people, okay, don't get me wrong. A home, obviously, you don't want it to be so like super clean that no one feels comfortable coming in, if you see what I mean. Especially if you've got children, of course it's going to get messy, blah blah blah. But the point I'm making is, listen, like the bins, please don't see it there and look at it and don't think, okay, I'm going to leave that for someone else to empty. Another one, oh God, I have to mention this, Kara. Oh my God. And people, I'm sure they know what I'm going to say. The toilet roll.
Wait a minute, just the roll?
Listen, when you use up the last of the toilet roll, please, men, because this is usually men that do this. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm putting you on blast for this. You need to just replace it. There's a toilet roll in there. Just take it out of the bag and put it on the toilet roll holder. Hello. Why you always have to walk away and leave it empty?
Well, look. This is okay, and see, I'm okay, and I'm about to say this is a two-way street, because there are some young ladies or women that do the exact same thing.
Whoever it is, put them on blast, because I don't do that. Because like I said, I like to leave things as I would find it. Okay, so if I come in there and I'm desperate to use the bathroom, I do not want to be searching for no toilet roll. Luckily for me, I keep mine near it, but some people don't. They keep theirs in a cupboard in another room or something like that. Hello. And you don't want to. Okay, I'm just gonna say this, Karo. You don't want to realize that you haven't got the toilet roll right when you need it. Okay.
Well, I understand the whole theory behind it, so you don't have to break it down to the breakdown. Okay. So, but I do understand the theory behind it, and I share your thoughts. Okay. But is that a deal breaker? If it's because I need to put this in here for what it is. There are people who, when they start a relationship, It based on friendship, and you go into the friendship, and then you go into the physical aspects of it. And so let's say you've entered into this relationship, and hey, I'm liking the friendship and I'm liking the physical aspects. And then you're at her place, and I'm there, and I'm going in, I finish my business, because you have to get to a level of understanding with someone in a relationship before you even do that in their place. Is that not correct? Isn't that correct? And so if I do that in their place, if I have to take care of number two in their place, if I go in and they have done exactly what you just said. So what is my thought process when I go in there and I find that, wait a minute, there's no preparation for me to have to do this, or this person didn't prepare for this.
Then you have to be kind enough to say, please, can I have a...
But you're already in there.
No, but you have to come out. Sorry, if that's what you're really planning on, you're going to have to ask for it. And people will be happy to give it to you.
No.
I want you to ask me. If I didn't have that prepared in there, and like, for example, if it wasn't kept near to the toilet so that you could look for it and get it out and put it on there and use it, you would have to ask your host, I will need to use the services of the bathroom, and there is no toilet bowl. You have to do it. I would rather you do that than you leave something else. Okay,
I know that. Now, that's horrible. That would be a horrible thing to do.
There you go.
But
I'd rather you ask me.
But was that a deal breaker for you? If you go into his restroom and you can't find that essential item, was that a deal breaker? Because he is showing you.
Yeah, that he's not prepared.
There we go. So is that a deal breaker?
Well, it's not a deal breaker at that moment in time. It will only become a deal breaker later on if he basically persists in being unprepared, or, like I said, he uses the last of the toilet roll and does not. Even if it's his house and he don't replace it, I have to ask him for it. Okay, fair enough. But if it's my house and he uses the last of the toilet roll and then he decides to just go about his business and not change it, because remember, I'm leaving it there for you to change it over. You need to use it. You use it and then you change it over, or you leave it out so that I can see that yes, you at least know how to have it close for someone else to come in and use.
See, it's all too confusing for me in the beginning of a relationship. For me, if I have to take care of something, I can ask. I can say, hey, you don't have XYZ, can I have? But I wouldn't think as deeply about it as a woman may think about it. Let me put it that way, because now I'm looking at it from a man's point of view. I'm coming in there, I need to take care of this business. Yeah. Most men won't do that anyway at the young person. But if you need to,
if you're caught on the hop, you're caught on the hop. There's no, you just have to, as you say, take care of the business. But it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. Because remember, we women, if you want to put it like that, we are watching you, everything you do, whether it's a spoken or unspoken, an action or a word. Listen, someone came to see me the other day. I'm just going to say this, K-Rose. And I know I was looking at them, and I can name you 4 things right now that they said to me that really started to wind me up. And I'm glad they left. I'm just going to put it like that. Because I remember thinking, you know what? You're irritating me, You think you're funny, but you're not. And I'm glad that you're going. And when it's like gritted teeth, you're just waiting for someone to sort of excuse themselves. Because if it gets to the point where I have to ask you to leave now, that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I could see that they were starting to wear a bit thin on my nerves. And they decided to start to excuse themselves. Good. I'm glad, because you were really they were starting to get my nerves.
And see, I didn't want to turn this into the relationship show, because we need to do a deal breaker show for relationships. Because see, I've been in my marriage, which is a relationship, an advanced form of relationship. But I have been in my marriage for 30 years now. And I'm happy to say that I'm happy and everything is lovely and great. And there are some things that are irritants that I do. I'm sure there are some irritants that I do. And there's some slightly irritating things that she does. Slightly, not really bad.
No one's perfect, are they? I mean, come on.
Yeah, okay. But no deal breakers. But I had deal breakers, and there are some deal breakers that I know I have because they don't exist in my relationship. And so even within the topic for today...
you wouldn't have stayed together so long if you had all them minutes.
No. I would have been out of there completely. Because I have a deal breaker when it comes to even like an anatomical thing. If your feet are crunched up, if your feet are... that's a deal breaker for me. I'm just...
Crunched up?
Well, if you know, well, it's just like you have a deal breaker when it comes to men who don't apply lotion to their hands. That's a deal breaker, and that's to me, that's crunched up to me. If they're not,